Topic 5, Lesson 6, two-digit quotients. Today you are going to divide a three-digit number by a two-digit number to find a two-digit quotient. So in the previous lesson, we were focusing on just one-digit quotients. So basically, dividing with two-digit divisors is just an extension of the steps for dividing with one-digit divisors. Estimation and place value can help determine the placement of digits in the quotient. Okay, so let's think about that as we begin this lesson. Make sure you have your book open to page 134, your notebook, and your pencil. Pause if you need to go get those things. Okay, so let's go ahead and use this example up top to help us understand what we're doing today. So two-digit quotients. It says, how can you divide larger numbers? So let's listen to the story problem. So far, 467 tortillas have been made. These tortillas will be placed in packages of 15. How many complete packages will be filled? So let me go ahead and underline that because we need to make sure we underline our question. How many complete packages will be filled? So let's keep that in mind too. Okay, so we know 467 have been made. They'll be in packages of 15. All right, so it tells us right down here that we need to divide to find the number of packages of tortillas. So looking at the next steps on your page, it's the same page for me here. Step 1, we are going to, just like we did in the last lesson, estimate to help us decide where to place the first digit in the quotient. So we're going to do that by using compatible numbers, and they did that for us right down here. So they changed the 467 to 450 because that's compatible with 15. Okay, so when dividing 450 divided by 15, so 15 must go into 45 3 times, and there's a 0 here, so there needs to be a 0 in the quotient. So it says start dividing the tens, okay, meaning in 467, we know there will not be a digit in the ones place. We need to start in the tens place. Okay, plus our objective said we're going to have two-digit quotients. All right, so they've done that here for you. Divided the 10, so we know to start with 3, 15. They just didn't write that here on the side. You would have showed this work, 15 times 3, to just check to see what that is, which we know is 45, and that's a little bit less than 46. So it's doable. Subtract, okay, get 17, and then we have to do 15 into 17 just one time, okay, and then subtract, bring down, okay, and we have a remainder of 2. All right, looking at step 3, to check, we do 31 times the divisor, okay, get 155, or sorry, you have to do your two-digit by two-digit. Okay, once you get that answer, you should get 265, and then you add 2 to show that's the remainder, and you get 467. So the question being, how many complete packages will be filled? Okay, we can only say 31 because there is a remainder of 2, and that 2 doesn't make a complete package. All right, so let's apply this to number 1. Okay, so go ahead and copy down number 1, so you're ready to go. Okay, obviously the blue boxes show you how many digits that you will need in this whole process. Okay, so 985 and 47. I could make them compatible by saying 1,050 because they're both close to those numbers. Okay, all right, so let's do 50, oh, excuse me, oops, 1,000 divided by 50. I didn't write that side by side like I should have. Okay, so if I do that, it's 100 divided by 5, which should be 20, correct? Yeah, so our answer should be close to 20. Okay, so now I know I can start with 50 times 20. Let me say that again, 50 times 2, because I know my first digit in my quotient is going to be a 2. Okay, so if I do, or I'm sorry, 47, because that's the actual divisor. So if I do 47 times 2, and you show all this work, you get 14, 8, you get 94. So go ahead and write 94 then for the number you'll be subtracting. Okay, and you should get 4 and bring down the 5. Okay, now we're doing 47 into 45. Goes how many times? Well, 47's bigger, so it goes in there 0 times. Okay, and then when I multiply, I can do 0, or I can just say my remainder is going to be 45. Okay, not looking real pretty here, but it's making sense. All right, so 20 remainder 45 is obviously close to our estimate. Okay, and then to check, we would do 47 times 20 plus 45 to see if we get 985. Okay, let's take a look at number 2, and I'm not going to solve the whole thing for you, but I want to make sure we understand how to estimate for just the first digit of the quotient. So we have 33 into 678, so we got to think, what are some compatible numbers that we could use? I know that 33 is half of 66, so I could do 660 divided by 33. So I kept my divisor the same. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. So I should get, 33 is half of 66. I know 33 times 2 is 66 plus this 0. So I know my first digit in my quotient should be a 2. So that's where I go ahead and write a 2 right there. All right, so now I want you to go ahead and do, well, we already know 33 times 2 is 66. So you're going to write that below 67, subtract. Okay, do that. And then, so go ahead and pause, solve that, and see if you get the same answer. Okay, so you should have paused and got 20 remainder 18, which was close to our estimate of 20. Okay, so we're probably right, but you can check to do and do 33 times 20 plus this 18. Whoa, I don't know what my pencil's doing here. Okay, so listen for the directions on what numbers to do for the independent practice and for these numbers 3 and 4. But look at 5, 6, and 7 really quick. Okay, it says in the problem above, why will 31 packages be filled instead of 32? Okay, we talked about that. So I think you know how to start that. You could say there is, well, my pencil's not working. Okay, for number 6, how many packages will 627 tortillas fill? Okay, so you'll go ahead and answer that. And then, because we've talked about it, number 7, it says, how do you decide where to place the first digit in the quotient for exercises 1 through 4? We just got done doing that and talking about how we made our decision. So think about what we talked about. How did we get that first digit in the quotient? Did we just guess? We just think, oh, we'll just try this number. Okay, what did we do? So go ahead and answer number 7. And then, like I said, listen to the directions to see which numbers to do for the rest of this lesson. Good luck.